Hey there, internet friends. Thank you for being here. Welcome back to the Blue Sky Sanctuary, which is my property in the Baja in Mexico. It's also my YouTube channel where I'm sharing everything that I can that I've learned through my personal experience living here in Mexico, purchasing property, and also building on that property. I'm filming right now from inside the house that we finished building a few months ago. I'm going to catch you up with chapter 3, sharing some footage here. And on the other side, I will share with you what I've learned and where we're going from here. I have a pretty exciting surprise to share, so I hope you'll stay till the end to hear where the Blue Sky Sanctuary is going next. This is the structure that is going to ultimately support the ceiling. We've got 5x7 plywood sheets going on top of all of this, and then rebar will go on top of that, and the cement truck will come back and pour the roof just like it did the floors. So that was roughly 3 months of work that you just saw there, leaving us off at the roof getting poured. And that put me at the limit of my budget, which was $20,000. And I'll give you a little more detail about that right now. Basically, in chapter 1, you would have seen me refer to these files that I would get from my foreman each week. And at week 10, we were at $10,000. And at about week 16, when we finished there right around Christmas, we were at $20,000. I used my credit card after that to buy any materials that we needed and continued to pay the workers with cash. And I did go over budget, all in roughly almost $20,000. I was expecting that. I have almost $20,000 in credit on credit cards. And so I knew I was going to have that cushion. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use it to the extent that I did. But the reality is, things cost what they cost, things take as long as they take. And I had really set a very high expectation on the budget, and I knew that I might not meet it. But I like the saying, shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you still land in the stars. And I feel like I did that. I really love the team that I worked with. I would work with them again in a heartbeat. I think that we got things done for a really reasonable price, but there are things that I didn't account for that I'll share with you right now. For example, the finish that you see on the walls behind me, that's pretty labor intensive, and that has to go on every wall inside the house and also outside the house. But it actually has to go on the outside twice, once with just cement, and that kind of smooths over all the work with the cinder blocks and the drawing a complete blank on the mortar between the blocks. So it kind of smooths everything out. And then this finish that's behind me goes on the outside of the house. So that's all pretty labor intensive. And then installing windows and doors, not so labor intensive, but still needs to be done. And then to purchase everything that goes inside the house, that accounted for easily $10,000 that is sitting on my credit cards right now. That's all the appliances, beds, couch, everything that turns a house into a home, the toilet, the sinks, all of that. And so I am finding myself, or I was finding myself, in a bit of an awkward position, which is that I am now in a great house that I love, but I'm carrying a big piece of debt and no great way to pay it off because I am staying in Mexico and I am only doing some minimal work online. So I found myself at in a bit of a predicament. But here's the surprise that I wanted to share at the end of the video. The solution to my predicament presented itself when my neighbor told me that he sold his place. And when I learned what he sold his place for, I did the math and realized I had a great opportunity here to sell this place and do what I've done here one more time, and then have money left over at the end and not sitting in debt. I won't be sitting in debt. And so, having said that, it's all done. The Blue Sky Sanctuary here is already sold. It happened really quickly. In fact, it sold within 2 days of listing. And this means that the Blue Sky Sanctuary channel will continue, and I'll be able to share with you the purchase process, because when I purchased here 4 years ago, I didn't have this channel, and I didn't really want to touch on those subjects because they were a bit foggy in my mind, all the details of it, but they'll be fresh in my mind in the weeks to come. So I'll have some more videos for you. If you're thinking about purchasing down here, I'll have a video like this, just kind of giving you a firsthand look at what is involved. This isn't, and my videos aren't instructional videos. They are not to tell you what to do. They are just saying, this is what I've done. This is what I've learned from my experience. I might recommend or not recommend certain things, but ultimately, I only know what I know from my limited experience, and I am sharing it with you because if I was outside of Mexico and wanting to do stuff inside Mexico, I would probably watch a video like this. And I'm not going to document the build of the next house, but I will share with you kind of breaking ground, probably doing things that, again, weren't included in this channel when I did them here because I didn't have the channel yet, but just the preliminary things like putting the septic system in, getting the fence up, clearing the land, getting the power and water connected. And there's some variables there that I don't even know yet if I'm going to be able to connect to city water or if I'm going to have trucked water. I'll be figuring things out as I go and sharing with you what I'm learning as I go. So I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. And I hope this video inspires you or motivates you or entertains you, whatever it is. I just want to share my experience so that you can see what life is like in Mexico. And if you want to live here, purchase here, or build here, there's information in this channel for you that you might find helpful. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you again on the next one.